Thursday, the 27th of August, I entered a game jam. Now you're probably thinking, yo, what the duck is a game jam? It's where absolute boss game devs, like myself, compete in a high-risk game-making tournament with only one survivor. Or maybe it's a game-making competition where you normally have between 24 to 72 hours to make a game based on a theme. I always forget which one. It was the 38th Game Maker Jam, meaning I could only use Game Maker Studio, and the theme was 3 simple rules. Now if you ask anyone that knows me, or even just anyone in general actually, they'll tell you that I'm a complete failure at finishing projects. But this time, I only had to work on the stupid thing for like a weekend. So if I could just pay attention for long enough, I may actually finish a game. I started off with basic movement for the player. We gotta have that little fudge jumping around and stuff. Next up, I made him shoot, because how the hell else are you gonna kill monsters? It's also at this point that I'd like to point out that usually if I'm gonna make the art myself, I'll start off with the worst colours possible and the most basic of art. This helps me concentrate more on the gameplay and the feel, and I'll use the art to try to enhance that experience later on. Next up, I had it so the caves would cause radiation damage to the players, as well as some enemies to kill. The radiation is meant to help with one of the rules, be fast, as you can't just take your time killing enemies. I then went and added the nest. It doesn't really do anything but just sit there, however it does take multiple hits to destroy, and there is one in every level. Next, I added some explosion effect to the enemy, and also the green was starting to hurt my eyes, so I changed the background of that. Now as you can see, the game looks kinda shit. So BAM! Now the environment and player look not like fucking shit. I designed a player and an environment first, and it really started to feel like a game at this point. I ended up changing my mind on the player colour and wanted them to stand out more, and plus the yellow suit made more sense. I also ended up designing some enemies and really started to juice up the game. I added a little dude to explain the rules in a simple tutorial. Not only that, I added the biggest cool mechanic change to the game. I added a grappling hook. I found that it was frustrating to traverse the caves, especially when you're in a rush. The grappling hook really speeds the game up and you can now just point and move there. I ended up adding 3 different types of enemies, each with their own boss variant. The game is completely free to play. There's a download link in the description. I ended up getting really positive feedback and even came second in the competition. Anyway, that about sums up my game jamming experience, and if you're a developer, no matter what skill level, I highly suggest you give one a shot. Even if you're not happy with what you make, you'll learn a lot in the process and have an insane amount of fun. Alright guys, I'm going to give it the first playthrough that I've done since I've finished the game. Let's see how I go. Don't touch anything, kill everything, be fast, your suit takes damage from radiation. So that's our little radiation bar up here as we enter the pit. Starts going down. Got our first little enemy down here. Easy peasy. That's the nest done. Alright, pretty easy so far. There we go. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? We got 2 of them over here, right? Oh, pro moves. We got the boss, first boss here. I got a lot of feedback on the boss, apparently, or bosses, plural. Apparently they were quite difficult. It's probably because I added them. Yeah, I added the bosses actually in the afternoon. I thought the competition was meant to end something like 6 AM or something, but it didn't until 6 PM, so I got home from work and I decided I'd try adding 3 boss levels in that time span, and I didn't get to test them enough. I just beat them once and went, yep, that'll do, it's in the game now. A lot of people struggled. The pacing could definitely use a bit of work. Gets pretty difficult pretty quick. So there we go, there's our second type of enemy there. I tried making it so the First level introducing a new enemy was a bit easier, just so you can sort of get used to their behavior. Also, would be curious to see if you guys would want to see me recreate this in 3D, either first person or third person in Unity. I haven't used GameMaker Studio since this game jam, and yeah, it seems like a cool project that would probably transfer over to the third dimension pretty well. Also, still been getting a lot of people asking if I can do some tutorials or even teach them how to make games. I'm not that great. There are so many good channels on YouTube already. Brackies, Black Fawn Prod. I will still think about creating a tutorial series. I especially feel that a lot of the tutorial videos on YouTube are worded in a really weird way. It's not... If you're not coming from a coding background, and I mean I was coming from a sort of programming background, yeah. Here's the third type of enemy. They just sort of chill on the roof and spit their little fucking little thing at you. If I do a tutorial series, let us know what sort of tutorials you guys would be interested in. I'd rather do a game, like I'd rather do a series rather than just, you know, this is how you shoot a gun. And that's like mini tutorials. I'm not a fan on those. I'd rather make a project alongside you guys. So definitely comment what sort of project you guys would like to work on as a group. And this is the final boss, guys. So a little tip for this boss, if you just jump sort of at the moment that his mouth opens, he'll never get you. And there we go, that's the end of the game, guys. Ended up making little credits for anyone who managed to beat the game. The end. Thanks for playing my game. That's quite alright, Blue. I'll play your games anytime. Which you can find on itch.io for free. Wow. Both this and Cyberpunk 2011. I want to give a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Gonna be doing a 100 sub special real soon. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Alright, take it easy, my dudes. I'll see you next time.